Hello everyone, and welcome to Shelton Coast Farms here in Stardew Valley. My name is Melanie B. This will be a compilation episode from Monday the 1st of summer to the 4th of summer. And we start the day off by having some crab cakes and coffee. And of course we'll say hello to Haley. And out we go. And Linus found us last night. And all our crops from spring have been withered. Okay, down to the farm area. And we're just going to put out a few more of the preserve jars. And we were out of hay, so decided to collect some more. Kind of running out of places to find grass. Okay, and our auto grabber in the greenhouse, we got some coffee and some strawberries ready. And down to the cellar in the greenhouse. And we got 54 jars of strawberry jelly. And we try to clear out some of the debris that had spawned around here. And of course, pet all the animals and collect some of their eggs and produce. And it was back up to the farm and we sold some of the items we picked up. And then it was off we go. Once again, going down to the Lost Valley Caves, trying to find some more of the missing pieces that we needed for crafting. We came upon a few crates. And we did find quite a bit of stuff. And by 3:30 we were out of the caves. What a full inventory. It's back to the farm. And of course we had to put some stuff away. Now what do we collect? So now we can craft 2 more of the items that we were missing. We can craft the chip tempura and the ancient doll. So we did both of those. So all we had left was the prismatic shard to complete. We just needed one more piece for that. Then it was over to Ginger Island. Checked on our auto grabbers and grabbed a bunch of stuff out of there. And it was Monday, so we needed to accept the newest quest from QI's Walnut Room. And the choice was between QI Kindness or QI Crops. Because it was the first, we decided to do QI Crops because we had 28 days to do it. And we would get a nice reward as well. And we bought a Judamo chest. And checked our perfection level, so we're 97% at Great Friendship and 98% for crafting recipes. And we splayed a few of the tiger slimes here. And then back over to the farm area before we headed home. And into the shed to check what we had. We had a few bottles of wine ready and a bunch of tea. And some pale ale as well, so we grabbed those out. Then we went back down to the cave And we crafted up a bunch of wild seeds. Now it was time to clear out the old withered crops and plant some new ones. And we finished up the planting and headed over to East Scarp. And back to our special new farm area. We added a few more ancient fruits to be processed and then cleared out some of these hardwood stumps. And we headed into town to get the quest board for this week. So we had to choose between Juicy Bugs Wanted or Feeding the Cat. And we picked the Juicy Bugs Wanted, because we still needed to get the crafting recipe for that. And then was back home and into bed. And for this day we made 141,000 Gs. Now on to day 2 of summer. We got out of bed as usual, headed outside and got right into taking care of the animals after we had our breakfast, of course. Then it was down to the cellar, got a few more bottles of jelly. We collected some coffee from the auto grabber, took care of the animals, and headed back up. Sold the jelly we picked up and headed over to the shed to add the coffee beans and to get processed. Then we headed over to the caves and then back to the farm we went. We didn't find anything in the Lost Valley caves, and we decided to clear out some of the stumps here and collect some hardwood in the secret wood. Then it was into the deep woods to just collect some regular woods and maybe some grass as well. And we chopped and chopped and spent the rest of the day in the deep woods, collecting as much wood as we can. And we passed out in the deep woods that night. And for that day, we sold 116,646 Gs. And we woke up to the news that weeds was destroying our crop. We said hello to the family and had some breakfast. Didn't have a crab cake though. And down to the cave, put some of that stuff we collected away. Now we only had 13 bugs left to catch on our quest. And we still needed to sell 500 QI fruit. So we left the farm and headed back down to the Lost Valley. And we spent a large portion of the day going through, but once again we did not find what we needed. So it was back to the farm we go. And down to the farm cave, made a few kegs. And this time we headed down to the beach so we can deliver the bug meat that we had collected for Willy. And task completed. And we got 3,000 Gs for that. We collected some of the goods from the auto grabber on the beach. And then it was back to the farm. Put some of that stuff away. And we made a few more kegs. And we made a few preserved jars as well. Then it was down to see the animals. And then collected some other stuff from the auto grabber on the farm. And over to the shed we went. Collected some stuff from the shed, but then we put some of the truffles in to get processed. And sold the pale ale. Now we decided to go over to Scarp via the trapdoors. And we got accosted by a whole bunch of really hard hitting bats. These guys are really tough. But we were able to defeat them. And we cleared out a bunch of the debris here. And we headed over to our project area. We did a little speed first though. We had to take out that crab just because it was lurking there. Being very suspicious. And over in the project area, needed to find some space to plant some more crops. So we started hoeing out this area right here. Now this was a good size for 3 sprinklers. 3 iridium sprinklers. And we passed out before we can finish. And for today we sold 16,463. And now on day 4. Of course, we got out of bed and did our usual routine. Out we went. And we checked the mill. Marlin found us last night. And down to the beach we went. And we got a cutscene with Willie. He was very grateful for all the bug meat we provided. He was so grateful he gave us the quality bobber recipe. And we headed back to the farm. We put some of the stuff away we had collected from the beach autograbber. And we're now able to make a bunch more kegs, so we did exactly that. So now we're up to 36 kegs. And we also made a couple more preserve jars. And over to Ginger Island we went. Picked up some stuff from the auto grabber. There was a lot to pick up. But our inventory backpack was very limited, of course. Got some more pineapple seeded. And we headed over to the walnut room again. And we checked our status again. No change. Still working on friendship and crafting. And the gold clock, of course. Back to the farm. And we sold a bunch of stuff. Including the quality bobber, which we had crafted earlier. Then on the shed, we put some of the hops in. And check out the ancient fruit. We're going to move it over to the other kegs. And once again, over to East Scarp we went. And now we're going to just place down all of these kegs here. So it's really starting to fill out all the kegs area here. Now we added the ancient fruit to the mix, but first we grabbed this worm spot. We had lots of QI beans already. And we decided to go ahead and plant these seeds. But we definitely needed more space, so we kind of extended the crop planting area a bit. Got a little pick-me-up. And we went over to the quarry. And it was completely full of ores. Unfortunately, we only had a couple of bombs with us. So we placed down those 2 bombs and collected some of the goodies. And back to the farm we go. And we put away a bunch of the ores we had just collected and all the resources. Got some more truffles into process. And we got some of the truffle oils out of there. And a single crab cake, because I realized I didn't have crab cakes for breakfast today. So it was a very, very late breakfast. And we sold those truffle oils before we headed out again. Down to the Lost Valley we shall go. And we made our way through here, hoping to find one last piece that we needed to make the prismatic shard. But we had no luck. Did manage to make it out of the caves, but we ended up passing out down at the bottom of the valley. And for today, we sold 88,000 Gs. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching.